I think what Bangladesh has done in the past tournaments is they have shown us that they they do manage to surprise us every time, right? You look at as latest as the last Asia Cup, right? When we went to the Asia Cup, we knew okay, so we had India, which was nearly unbeatable. We had Pakistan, who has just won the Champions Trophy. We had Afghanistan.
I don't know. Given what we got, given the bunch of players that we got, I don't think we're good enough. Mufi, what do you? Uh, we're ranked 7th right now, and I think we might win just 3 matches. That's it. And
I mean, it depends. Are you talking about the test or the ODI format?
The World. He's talking about the World.
ODI. Talked about the World
The
Cup.
World Cup, yes. I mean, the World Cup. I think this is our best format out of the three. But it's still like we just talked about. We just looked at the way the World Cup is structured. Is that all 10 teams are going to play each other off one time, and the top 4 team goes to the next round. So we have to finish at the top 4. So we're playing 9 games against all of those teams. So it's going to be the margin. I think it should be either like 6-3 or 7-2 to finish at the top 4. So that means we have to win majority, more than half of our games. So the only 2 games we can lose to a forward is probably, I would say, like Australia, India, and England, probably right now. And the rest 6 matches we have to win. So it's going to be an extremely tough tour. It's going to be a long tournament. So a lot of the teams will pick early, and then they will lose that their early peak. So I think we have to maintain that strength throughout, and as it's a long tournament, 9 games, you also need a good bench for this. Like, not all players are going to play all those 11 games, so there has to be bench players coming in and out. So and this applies to all the teams, right? So this is not only for our team. So that means that it'll be a good tournament, because for the first time, as you were saying earlier, from 1992 was the last time when there was a round robin format. So it'll be it's more like a league, like the English league, right? They have like 20 teams playing 19 games home and away. So this is like 10 teams playing all games, 9 games. So it'll be interesting, and I think we can't afford to lose against teams like Zimbabwe, Afghanistan, West Indies. Like, those games we have to win.
yeah.
Well, I think what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. I think what's going to happen is there are 4 teams that are beatable teams, and in these games, I would say we're going in either as a favorite or we have as good a chance as winning as the opposition. And someone might disagree, but I would say Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, West Indies. Those are the 4 games that we're either favorites to win or, it's 50. It's a break-even odds. So I think of those 4 games, we're going to lose at least one, unfortunately, because in pretty much every tournament, that's what we've done. We've lost games that we should win.
And in that case, we have to win one big game with a stronger team.
Right, and to balance it. Now, I've been saying for a long time that I think Bangladesh is going to win 4 or 5 games in this World Cup. If we win anything less than 4, it's going to be, I would say, a disappointment and a failure. If we win 3 games only or less,
I think if we win 4 games, we'll be at probably like number 5 or number 6. We're not going to finish at top.
We're probably not going to. Yeah. If we win 4 games, we'll be probably
6
about
or 7.
6,
Yeah.
6, maybe 7, something like that.
So I think we'll get a lot of chance to talk about the World Cup coming in. But just to finish it off on the World Cup topic, and sorry to cut you guys off, because I don't want you guys to spill all the beans for the World Cup stuff. It's coming up. But I think what Bangladesh has done in the past tournaments is they have shown us that they do manage to surprise us every time, right? You look at as latest as the last Asia Cup, right? When we went to the Asia Cup, we knew, okay, so we had India, which was nearly unbeatable. We had Pakistan, who has just won the Champions Trophy. We had Afghanistan that was looking like a threat. and they watched us on the T20. So it was looking like it was going to be a very tough tournament. And then out of nowhere, we only managed to lose a last ball on the final of that tournament.
Yeah.
So and it shows you that we are a team. And then the same thing happened with Champions Trophy, right? I don't think any one of us expected to be in the semifinals, to be realistic. So I think Bangladesh is that kind of a team that they will surprise us. Whether I don't know if we will be surprised. I don't know if they will be able to do it enough to make it to the next round, but I definitely think that it's a team that's very capable.
I mean, it's a good point. I was looking at the history, and we do have a history like that. In 2007 World Cup, we beat India and South Africa, but we lose to Ireland also.
Yeah.
And then in 2015 World Cup, we beat England when we almost lost to Scotland when Tamim and he had a very good opening stand. And then, so we tend to do well with the tough teams, but then we lose to like Ireland, and then we come very close to losing to Scotland.
Yeah. I think that's true. So those are the 4 winnable games, and I hope that we win all 4, but it's likely that we might only win 3 of those games. And then out of the remaining 5, those are the games where Bangladesh is a firm underdog. We're not expected to win against any of those 5 teams. So you're talking about England, South Africa, Australia, India, and New Zealand. So I think that we can win one of those, hopefully. Hopefully we can win one.
I mean, it's true what you say, but it's also true that we haven't played them in such a long time. Like when I look at England, I know all the recent achievements they've done and everything, the fact that they've built like a machine-like team. But all the memories I have against England is like us beating them, actually. So I kind of feel good going into that game just for that reason. And ICC is weird like that because while this tournament might be like a round robin in a league format, normally that's not how it is. Like they'll have these trophies like the Gavaskar Border Trophy or Ashes, where every year you're like guaranteed like 5 matches against each other, whereas they're not going to play the other teams as much. So I think people lose out because of that, and it's the positive of that is like because you haven't played them in such a long time, anything can happen. You're not gonna if you go against India, you're going to have some psychological disadvantage because we have come so close so many times and lost against them. I don't think you suffer that problem if you play, say, South Africa, even though their recent record is good. But if we play South Africa or England, you're not going to have that problem.
Yeah, it really comes down to a mental game for Bangladesh. We have the skills to win a good number of games. On our day, we can beat any of the teams. But on our day, we can also lose to any of those 9 teams. Even the worst.
I think
I think that's the case for every team in this World Cup.
No, it is.
I was going to say that it's a long tournament. Like a team can start off winning the first 3 and can lose the last 6 and can get knocked out. So it can happen to any team. So any team out of the 9 games will have a bad day or 1 or 2 bad days at the office. Yeah. And India might lose to like Sri Lanka, for example.
Yeah, they lost to Sri Lanka in the Champions Trophy.
Right.
They could lose. And then you also have to factor India's playing the IPL right before. What if they have a couple of key players get injured? Could be a batsman, could be a bowler. Bumrah already got injury scare. I don't know how severe his shoulder injury is. But in my opinion...
we're not doing a team assessment right now, but I do think India is kind of overrated after watching them in the India-Australia home series. Other than their top 3 in Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Shikhar Dhawan, and maybe Dhoni, the others looks not as good as those players.
Yeah, it keeps going back to the World Cup because, I mean, and please, Rinat or anyone else, please feel free to jump in if you want to change the topic, but it's just so exciting because, I mean, like you said, Rinat, we don't know what's going to happen, so we actually want to speculate every one of these matchups and see.